Hey guys, this is me with the H-Town Slingshot. As y'all can see, I have my Slingshot right here in my backyard. But anyways, my Slingshot is due for the first oil change, which the manufacturer recommends at 500 miles. So this is what I have. I got my tools, my deal to put the used oil, and they also recommend 5W30, which I bought. It's a full synthetic. I bought 2 of them. Just not sure if it uses 4. I think it uses 5 quarts. So had to buy 2 of them rather than buying the small one. I just bought the 5 quarts, so it might have might be good with just one, but what the heck. So funnel for the new oil, wrench so it can reach. For the drain plug is gonna be this is 15 millimeters, which I already tried on there. To remove the filter, you need this filter remover socket, which is 32 millimeters, and I just bought this at what's the store, AutoZone. $7. Can't beat it. That's what you need. You need an extension to get in there. So that's that. Oil filters, of course you need oil filters. I got this oil filter from X store, which I'm not gonna mention the name, but the part number is 126-05566. $15 with the Polaris name on it. Well, we have a GM engine, and GM also use AC Delco products for their filters and whatnot, and guess what? Same part number, cross-reference to PF 457G. So $7, $15, and not just for comparison. So I'm probably gonna go with the, well, I'll probably just use the one with the Polaris name, see how that goes. But I mean, you can see the cross-reference numbers are matching. So that's basically what I'm going to use for servicing the first oil change. Let's walk around. So for easy access, I lifted up the bike, put it on jack. Here's the engine compartment. I got my hood lifted, so I'm gonna see if I can squeeze my camera in there so you can see. That's the oil filter, the cover. So basically it's in there on the driver's side behind the engine. So that's where that cover is, a plastic cover, I believe, or similar. And you see the on the top, that's where you put your 32 millimeter adapter to remove it. So you'll just remove the whole thing, and you'll need that extension and your ratchet. So let me prep all of this stuff up, and to be continued. Okay guys, continuing on the oil change. Here we are at the bottom. I got my oil pan. Here's the oil pan from the engine. So on the bottom, directly on the bottom, on the passenger side, this is where you have the drain bolt plug, whatever you want to call it. So here we go. We're gonna try not to spill anything, but I loosened it up, and so go and drain this oil out. You can see it's practically, oil looks pretty new, but I mean, manufacturer or Polaris recommends, or General Motors, I'm not sure, they recommend an oil change at the first 500 miles. So, well, we gotta note it down and just change the oil. That's what they say, that's what we'll do. But here we are, draining this oil out, even though so we'll just get some new oil going and do what the manufacturer recommends. So I'm gonna finish draining this oil out, and then we'll go installing the plug and go to the top part, removing the oil filter. So we'll be on top of the engine here in a minute. Alright guys, we're over here on top. This is the cover. This is what they recommend. As you can see, 5W30. I'm already loosening this up. So what I like doing is I remove the oil from the bottom. I leave the oil plug uninstalled, and then what I like to do is I pour get my funnel going. I pour a little bit in there just to push out. I pour a little bit in there of the same oil, the new oil, of course. So I just pour a little bit in there to push the old oil out. So, and not much wasted, but I'll leave my funnel in there and cover it up, make sure no trash goes in there. So we're slowly but surely gonna get this. It's not a long process, but we're gonna knock it out in about 10 minutes, 8 minutes. So here we go again. So here we are. We already took the the oil filter cover. I removed it from the engine. So this is what you have. For some reason, oil filter looks kind of funky. So I don't know if that's the way it was installed or what, but this is actually the one that I just pulled it out of the engine. This is the one that came with from the manufacturer, already installed. So I just removed it at 500 miles. So pretty much I loosened it up, but just to show y'all, you just snap it apart, pull it apart, it just snaps in there. So this is what you have. Well, once you and you can see the new one for comparison, same one. So I'm just gonna use the one that I I bought with the Polaris name. You see the new one, the one that just got removed, and this is the cover. So I'll clean it up a little bit and clean this up, snap the new filter in place, and we'll just keep on trucking. Okay, so we're back at, I already snapped this on. We're back at the engine compartment. I put a little rag to cover up where the filter goes, because you have a big old hole there. As you can see, that's where this baby goes. So we're just gonna drop it back in, and it's real hard to video all of this because it's just real tight, but you can just twist it by hand, get it snug. We'll go in there and put our 32mm adapter, ratchet, and you don't want to over tighten this, but you just twist it on there with the adapter, with the extension and your ratchet. So and you can tell once it's snug, well, that's where you want to stop. Okay, so you just pull everything back out nice and clean, like nothing ever happened. So our next step is going to be and this is where to check your engine, your oil engine level, which we will once we put oil back into the engine compartment engine. So let's go back to this side and we'll start pouring in some oil. Alright guys, fixing to put the oil in there nice and slowly. I'm actually just doing this on my own, by myself, right here in my backyard. So we got the oil plug installed in the bottom. We just changed the filter. So now it's time to put the brand new oil and run this baby around. So here in a minute, I'll top off oil level, 4 or 5 quarts, somewhere in there. So we'll be checking it as we go. You wanna put some oil in there, at least 4.5 quarts, and start your engine and just start it, crank it up for a few seconds and turn it back off, so that way the oil will go wherever it needs to go, and then check your oil level. If it needs more, we'll just keep on adding, but that's where we're at. H-Town Slingshot, doing the first oil change on my Slingshot at 500 miles. So I hope you like this. Like, comment, don't forget to subscribe. H-Town Slingshot, and check out all my other videos. So I'll be checking y'all out later, and there it is. First oil change on my Slingshot, 500 miles. I'm out.